Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to discuss one of the major problems that many of us face in our minds when it comes to stress and anxiety, specifically the what-if scenarios and the catastrophizing that comes with them. This mental state can affect a lot of people, causing them to suffer greatly when these kinds of thought patterns take over. So what exactly are the what-if scenarios? They're the moments when you imagine the worst possible outcomes. What if that happens to me? What if everything goes wrong? What if they're cheating me? What if the people around me aren't trustworthy? We start expecting and creating these scenarios in our minds, and we suffer because of them. And the brain is incredibly skilled at generating these kinds of scenarios. That's why it's essential to learn how to manage these thoughts when they arise. While we don't always have these kinds of thoughts, there are specific times when they hit, and the pain can be intense. This is where the Buddhist practice of mindfulness, known as sati, becomes incredibly helpful. In Buddhist practice, sati means bringing your mind back to the present moment and seeing reality as it truly is. When you understand the true nature of reality, you realize that every experience and every mental state shares one intrinsic quality: change. But before you reach that understanding, there are certain things you need to practice in order to deal with these catastrophizing thoughts. The first thing is mindfulness. We need mindfulness to catch these thoughts. Without noticing and recognizing these thoughts, there's nothing we can do about them. So the first step is to acknowledge that you're in a catastrophizing mental state, the what-if scenarios. The next step is to challenge these thoughts. To do this, you need mindfulness again. First, catch the thought and recognize it for what it is. Then, ask yourself, is this reality, or is this just another distortion of my mind? The mind is capable of distorting reality in many ways, creating all sorts of scenarios. But in truth, the problem is often much smaller. Or sometimes, it doesn't even exist. I've seen this happen often when life is going smoothly. We tend to worry even about the smallest things. That's why it's important to question your thoughts. Is this reality, or is this another distortion of my mind? When you come back to the present and understand what's real, you'll find that there are very few things worth worrying about. Most of what we experience, 99% of it, is just a distortion of our minds. So, challenging your thoughts is a crucial step when dealing with these mental states. Once you understand reality, ask yourself, what can I do about this? Is there anything within my control that I can act on to change this situation? You'll soon realize that some things are under your control, while others are not. It's important to focus on what you can control and take action where it's necessary. For the things outside your control, it's essential to accept that there's nothing you can do to change them. Recognizing what is and isn't within your control is the next step. Once you've done this, you can add mindfulness practices to your daily routine, such as breathing meditation. A mindful in-breath and out-breath can help you relieve stress. This is something Buddha taught us to stop the mind's chatter and restlessness. When you're in this mental state, your mind becomes restless, but mindful breathing can help calm your mind and bring you peace. There's also another practice you can try, though it's not directly mentioned in Buddhism. You can schedule time for worrying. When anxious thoughts or regrets start flooding in, tell yourself, I have time set aside to worry about this later. Set an alarm or designate a specific time during the day to sit down and think through what's on your mind. But instead of just worrying, spend that time analyzing the reality of your life and your current state. When you do this, you'll realize there are very few things that truly deserve your worry, and most of what's in your mind is just distortion. These are a few practices you can incorporate into your life whenever you face these kinds of thought patterns. Practicing these techniques will help ease your mental state, bringing more peace and calm into your life. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you in the next video. Nam Buddhaye.